All right. People on the stream, they're like, it's 10:01. Where is he?
Right here. Okay. No real announcements. Today is one of the tougher, definitely one of the tougher projects we're going to have in this course. It is the most watched video on the YouTube channel, so I know people like across the country are paying attention to this one. So today we're going to start off by downloading two files, start file and resources. Last project we had to do this, somebody didn't listen to me on this one, so please download both at the beginning, start file and resources. You just click once on each. And they both download up here in the upper right corner. So if you're just joining us, one more time, poor people who've been here so early, you've heard me say it 50,000 times already. Two files today. You want to download them both and only open the one with your name on it. People online are like, please don't say it one more time. Okay, fine, I won't say it one more time. If anybody like new walks in, just let them know what we're doing, please. All right, here we go. Hey, look at this. All right, so here we go. I'm moving my face. Oh, what do I do with this file first?
Start file.
No, I already have it open.
Enable.
Oh, enable editing. Okay, thank you. That's very helpful. Okay. Now, I just want to let you all know what to expect in this project. Here it comes. So you'll notice in the bottom left corner, we have three sheet tabs. We have patients and equip. We have criteria, which you will type a couple things into. And we have expense info with no data. Now you realize that we downloaded another file. So just to let you know, that other file that we downloaded, the comment delimited, the CSV file, we're going to import into this sheet later in the project. We're not doing that right now. Also, we are going to be making a copy, which most people don't listen to me on. We're going to be making a copy of this first sheet and renaming it. So for my people, and hey, people at home, just historically, there's always somebody in the class that doesn't do this. So it's been every semester. I haven't not had it happen yet. So you're going to be my first class that gets it perfect, right? All right, that's what I thought. Okay, here we go to the instructions. Done with step one. Step two, notice it says, and this is what I just said you were going to do, we're going to copy the patients and equip sheet, place the copy before the criteria sheet, and we're going to rename it, everybody. That's ADV space filter, no period. Wait until everybody's here. It's beginning to look a lot like Halloween everywhere I go. Are you ready? Okay, great. All right, so here we go. So we're going to make a copy, bottom right, bottom left corner. It says patients and equip. We're going to right click it. This is review. We're going to move or copy. Now we are making a copy. So the first thing you're going to do after you click move or copy is you're going to immediately click the checkbox that says create a copy. You're going to immediately do that before you click anything else. And we're placing it before which sheet? It's in the instructions. The criteria sheet. So we're going to click on criteria like this. And then you're going to click OK. It should be a second sheet down there that says patients and equip what? 2. Now we're going to rename this. So all you have to do to rename it is double click patients and equip 2 and type ADV space FILTER. So you right clicked it, you copied it, you double clicked the name. It's capital A and capital F, and it is not flitter. You lose 1 point if you misspell that. And then when you're done renaming it, press enter. And you'll notice it is renamed. Okay. How many sheets do we have now? Don't be okay, somebody held their hand up. People online, I'll take that. Yes, 4 is the correct answer down there. Next instruction. Here we go. We are going to click once on cell A5. Wait, I'm already on A5. Are you on A5?
Yes.
It says A5 up there, right? In the upper left corner up here in the name box. All right, so we don't have to click A5. We're already there. So what we're going to do, everybody, in the Home tab, in the Styles group, we're going to format as table. So check it out. Here's the Styles group. We're going to click on Format as Table. And then we're going to choose White Table Style Light 1. So here's the Format as Table button. Is it the very first one?
Yep.
Yay! It's the very first one under light. Go ahead and click that. So what happened to all your data after you clicked it? Or is it, okay, it's asking you. So where is the data for your table? You notice that it says A4 to D60. So in the instructions it says confirm that it says A4 to D60. Okay, and that my table has headers. That's correct. So if this is all correct, what do we click?
Okay.
Okay. Now, you will notice the data has changed. So this is how you know if data is inside of a table in Excel. You're going to notice a couple things. You're going to notice the color change, of course. You're also going to notice filters up here on each column. No, I don't want you to click them. But you'll notice that. And that's how you know that your data is inside of a table. Now, this next step is somewhat tricky. I'm going to zoom in. I'm going to zoom in a lot for this next step. Please zoom in, everybody. Okay, so that was step C. Step D. We created the table. Now you notice it says, go to D59. So look at what else it says here, everybody. Rows 61 to 73 were not included in the table format because the source data is from multiple files and not all the rows were recognized. So the first 60 rows were from one file, 61 from 73 came from some other file. And we inherited this file. So this is how you know, yes, this is another reason how you know where data can come from. So check it out. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to do step D and E at the same time. So let's go down to row 59. There we go. So they want you to click on D59. So I scroll down here. This is D. Even though it says equipment usage, this is column D. So we're going to click on D59, which is right there. And what do you notice in D60?
There is no color.
See this little thingy?
The blue little.
So in essence, just scroll down here, click somewhere so you can see this. Bless you. So what you're going to do with this next step, everybody, is you're going to drag this little blue thing handle all the way down to the end, like this. Check it out. There we go. This is so you can see what I'm doing. So here we go. We're going to put our pointer right on that little blue. Notice how my pointer turns into a two-directional arrow, like it looks like it's a diagonal arrow. And we're just going to simply drag this down to the bottom like this, and then let go. And it formats all the rest of, yes, it takes the formatting and formats the whole rest of the table. Okay? All right, so we just did steps D and E. Wait, no? We did step F too, didn't we? We dragged it all the way down to row 73, right? We did. So step F is finished. All right, everybody, here's one that a lot of students miss. I'm going to do this very slowly. Step G and H, check it out. We're going to go back to cell A5. So to get up to the top, it's Control Home to get back to the top. Notice how Control Home gets you back to A1. We're just going to click on A5 one time like this. Just going to click on A5 once. So now I'm on A5. Make sure you click on A5 one time. No double click. All right, we are going to rename the table. Notice up here at the top of the screen in the property, here in the ribbon in the properties group, it says table 1. We're going to change that. A lot of people get this wrong, so this is worth 1 point, just letting you all know this. Name the table TBL filter. I'm just going to copy and paste it. You can type it if you want. I'm just going to copy and paste it right here. So I'm renaming this. A lot of people miss this one, so it's lowercase tbl, capital F, filter. So table filter. Because yes, we're going to create a filter.
I don't have that table.
Did you click on A5? You have to click on A5, which I asked a few times. Then you should see that. If you don't, it's in table design.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not going to show up if you don't click inside the table, because we were all in A1 before. Then I asked to click in A5. Got it? Got it? Good? Yes? Okay, thank you.
Hold on 1 second.
Sure.
Oh.
And then we read, yes, lowercase tbl, capital F, lowercase ilter.
Okay.
Okay, let's save it, everybody. I hope you know what that control shortcut that is. I like how they say it in the lab, how the tutor says it in the lab. No, you have to click the disk button. And I'm just sitting there giggling the whole time. All right, just teach them Control S. All right, so we're done with step 3. Congratulations. Now, if you thought it was tough so far, it's going to get tougher. This is a really, really, really important step that you must get correct, or it's going to throw off some things in your project. So I'm going to go really slowly here, okay? Notice what it says in step 4A. Select cells A4 through D4 and copy and paste them, again, I hope you know how to copy and paste, into G4. So this is what this means. Ready? I'm going to put my pointer middle of A4. I'm going to drag over to D4 like this, let go, copy. I hope you know it's Control C. It wants us to paste it in which cell? Come on, people, you got your instructions open. G4. So I'm going to click once on G4 and Control V to paste. This is a simple copy and paste, everybody. If you don't know how to do this yet, we really need to go back and review that. Okay, Control C, Control V. That's all we did. Okay, you notice the columns look weird though over here in G to J? Copy and paste one more time. One more time.
No, my field was different.
Okay.
I haven't done the,
Wow, how'd you make the columns so massively huge? Yeah, you got the dang split screen. That's not going to help either. Because you got to be able to see all this. Can you maximize your screen, please? Okay, you're copying A4 through G4, or A4 to D4, so drag over. No, put your pointer in the middle of A4 and drag over. That's what I stated. Middle of A4. That's the right of A4. Drag over to D. Control C to copy. Let go. Click once on G4. Control V to paste. Okay. Now, the columns do look a little strange there on the right. That's supposed to happen. We are going to fix those. Don't worry. All right, that was step A. Step B. People misspell this too. I keep getting people that spell it exact. It's not exact. It's extract. Like we're extracting something. So we're going to type the actual words, extract range, in cell G3 and set the font to 14-point italic. So you're going to click once on G3. You're going to type extract range in G3. Then we don't press enter. We're going to click the check mark because we want to stay in the cell. So we're clicking the check mark up here to the left of the formula bar. Now what does it want us to do? What font size?
16.
Is it 16? 14. Thank you. I would have got that wrong. I was going to believe you on that one. 14. So you notice it gets bigger. And Control I for italic. It's another thing. That's another piece of. You notice I'm going to be reviewing some things here. Some of this is review. All right. So that was step B. Step C. So you notice it says adjust the column widths for G through J so each label displays on a single line. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to be honest with you. all we have to do is just make them slightly bigger. We don't have to make them gigantic. So all you're going to do is this, everybody. You're just going to put your pointer between each of the columns up here and just make it a little bit bigger. Just so you can see stuff. Doesn't have to be tremendously huge. Oh, and this can be on 2 lines here, everybody. You don't have to have it on 1 line. They're not going to dock you points for that. So make sure you make it look somewhat normal. But all we're doing is putting our pointer between the column letters and just dragging to the right and making them bigger. That's all that step is. I've seen people spend an hour on that step. That's all we're doing. All right, step 5A. Now for the fun part. I'm going to go ahead and save this at this point. Everybody please save your file at this point. Control S for people at home. All right, here we go. The process for this, you need to be absolutely exact. There can't be any additional spaces. There can't be any additional anything. Okay? If you don't type this in perfectly, the filter will not work, and you're going to have to go back and redo it. So we're going to do this very carefully, okay? I'm going to take my time here. We're going to click once on the criteria sheet down here at the bottom of the screen. Bottom left corner, criteria sheet. I'm going to make this bigger for people at home. Make this bigger for everybody. All right, the instruction says, oh, and they say notice that month year appears twice. So that's okay. So if you see that twice, it's good. You're good. Here we go. Instructions. So they want you to type. That's a greater than symbol, everybody. Do not type the other one or this will not work. 12/31/19 in cell A3. Now again, no additional spaces. I'm going to type it in. So here's A3. The greater than symbol, it's the one pointing this direction. Well, okay, on the screen, it's for people at home, it's this direction. And then we're going to type 12/31/19. That's what we're going to put in that cell. No additional spaces, no additional periods, no additional anything. I've had people mistype the year also. Now, we're going to go to B3 for the next step. So you're just going to press enter after you type in greater than 12/31/19, press enter. All right. Okay, if you press enter, that's fine. If you push tab, you go to B3. So let's go to B3. This one is less than 1/1/21. So less than 1/1/21. Again, the arrow is pointing the opposite direction. So once again, everybody, I know I'm going to say it a billion times, but I've seen this messed up so many different ways. The greater than symbol goes this way, less than goes this way. If you don't have those in the appropriate order, the filter will not work. Folks at home, somebody in the chat, did I say that enough times? Maybe? You're not watching. Okay, so anyway, told you this was a tough one. So that was 5A, 5B, and 5C. All right, so you notice that it says the filter will extract records from 2020 because it's before 1/1/21 and after 12/31/19. All right, we are now going to, oh, I probably should push enter after I'm done with that. Okay. Push enter or just click any cell, you should be okay. All right, back to our ADV filter sheet. Back to our ADV filter sheet. And we're going to click once on A5. Once on A5. Now, here's the moment of truth. If you mistyped anything, it's going to show in these next couple of steps. So here we go. We are going to create an advanced filter. We're going to go to the Data tab, Sort and Filter Group. So here's the Data tab up top. Got it. Here's the Sort and Filter Group. We're going to click on Advanced, the Advanced filter. So you should get this. Now, hold up. Hold up. The first thing we're going to click on, we're not filtering this list in place, we're copying this to another location. So which of these buttons should I click on? Copy to another location. You'll notice it is A4 to D73, which is, so we did step E, copy to another location. We verified that it's A4 to D73. Everybody should be seeing A4 to D73 in here. Now for the tricky part. You're going to click once in the criteria range box so that your cursor is flashing. You get to the instructions. In this point, they want you to select cells A2 to B3 on the criteria worksheet. So hold up. So with your cursor flashing in here, you're going to click once on the criteria sheet, down here at the bottom left. And it will say criteria exclamation point. That means that we are in the criteria sheet. The instructions explain to select A2 to B3. So you're going to put your pointer in the middle of A2. You're going to hold down your left mouse button and drag to B3, which is right here. And that's it. We're not dealing with any of those other columns. We're only dealing with these two. And then you're going to let go. Now you will notice that in the criteria range box, it now says criteria exclamation point, because that's the name of the sheet, was criteria, A2 to B3. That's our criteria range. Now, I'm just going to throw this out there. If our sheet has space between two words, like expense, I'm just giving you this information, like expense info, for example, there would be apostrophes around the sheet name because it has multiple words with spaces between them. But if it's only one word, it's going to show up as the word and an exclamation point. Now, we're not done. Everybody just stay where you're at. I'll show you the instructions. Okay, so notice it says they want you to select cells G4 through J4 on the ADV filter sheet for the copy to box. So check it out. So I'm going to click here in the copy to box, and it should get me back to here. When you click here, it should take you back to the ADV filter sheet. Which cells did it want us to do again? G4 to J4. So check it out. So my cursor's flashing. I'm going to put my pointer in the middle of G4 up here. I'm going to drag to J4 like this, and I'm going to let go. So right now, everybody at home, everybody here, this is what you should see for your advanced filter. A4 to D73, our criteria is on the criteria sheet. We're copying it to G4 to J4. We are not going to click the unique records only one. I don't think we're instructed to do that, right? So we're done. So we click what?
Okay.
Moment of truth. Please tell me you got data. Oh. All right, who's the one person that didn't get the data? Where are you? Come on, you're here. I know you're here. Come on, smile with me. One person did it, right? Now I got to look on everybody's computers. Hold on, people at home. I can see it all the way over there. That's okay.
I got it.
Okay, there's data. Oh, thank God. Okay. There's data. There's blank screens and data. And there's still people logging in. Okay, great. Haven't you been here the whole time? All right, so there's the smile. I knew I'd get a smirk. Okay, all right. I know my teaching style is a little weird, but hey, you signed up for the class. All right, so anyway, save it right now. If you got data, Control S right now. That's a great sign if you got data. Okay, now, what do you notice about the image type column? Is there like something cut off?
Yeah.
Before we proceed, everybody,
Where are you in? It's cut off.
before we proceed, you notice that my column H, like words are cut off here?
Yeah.
Let's double click up here between the H and the I columns. Just double click up here. Then you'll see all of it. So if you double click between the columns, you'll see all the text. That's all I did. I double click between H and I. All right, moving on. Step 6. Now we're going to click once on G5. That's the new data that we just put in. So here's G5. Right there, Jan 2020. And we are going to sort. We're going to click the sort button. That's in the data tab. So we're still in the data tab, everybody. We have not left. So it's this big button right here. It says sort. With right here. Sort. Let's click that here in the sort and filter group. There we go. You notice it's grabbing all of that data now. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to sort by image type. We're going to do image type. Oh, good news, everybody. By default, it's going to say cell values in A to Z order once we choose image type. So step C you don't have to do. So we're going to click the drop down right here for sort by. We're going to choose image type. You notice it says cell values in A to Z already. We don't have to change those. So click this drop down, please, and choose image type. Now we're going to have a second level to sort. So which of these buttons should I click up here? Add level is the button I should click next to add a second level. So it's going to first sort it by image type. Then we're going to sort it by
month and year.
step D, month, year. Oh, good news, everybody. On this, its cell values and oldest to newest will default. Those will default just like before. So here we go. Now I'm going to click the drop down here and choose month, year. Notice it says cell values oldest to newest by default.
Yes.
If we're done, we click what?
Okay.
Okay. You will notice that your data is now
Ooh.
sorted by image type. Notice it's all in alphabetical order. And then by month, year. You notice that Excel knows that March 2020 is before July and it's before Nov. I know these look weird. I wouldn't usually type dates in like that, but you notice that Excel knows how to do that. So it's in chronological order. Okay, you're all doing great. We don't have to autofit column H because we already did that. I had you double click between H and I, so that's done. We're done with step 6. Now on to 7. Now, we have not applied conditional formatting yet to cells. In Excel, you can apply conditional formatting based on certain data criteria within the cells. So you can even put in things like stop signs, go. You can put in icon sets, you can put in all kinds of data bars. It's really, really cool. Conditional formatting, if you ever get to play with it, it's interesting. Because it does. It highlights all the different cells that meet certain requirements. So here we go. They want you to select cells I5 to I16. That is not 15 to 116. That is I5 to I16. So all I'm going to do, everybody, click once on I5, hold down my Shift key, click once on I16. Or you can just put your pointer in the middle of I5 and drag down to I16. So we're selecting those cells. Now, for conditional formatting, you notice it says what tab we got to go back to here in the instructions. We're going to go to the Home tab. All we're doing is selecting I5 to I16, Home tab. All right, it's right in the middle of the ribbon. There's a button that says Home tab, Conditional Formatting. So we're going to click on Conditional. Now check it out. Check it out here. So the instructions say we're going to click the Conditional Formatting button. Then we're going to go to Highlight Cells Rules and Greater Than. So let's do this. Conditional Formatting. Highlight Cells Rules. I'm just hovering over this. I'm not clicking it. And I'm going to click on Greater Than. Now, you will notice by default, it has formatted some of the cells with light red fill and dark red text. Now check this out. I know you're probably wondering this, why would it default to 103 as my number? I can show you where it's at. It's right here. Average is 102.75. So that's where this 103 comes from. So whatever the average is, or the mean is of all your data, that's where that number comes from. But we're going to change it. The instructions want us, because red is a bad color, we want green. So we're now going to change this, step C. We're going to format cells that are greater than 100 with green fill with dark green text. So all we're doing, everybody, is we're changing 103 to 100. And we're changing light red fill to green fill. Now you notice, everybody, there are so many more options that you could use to highlight these cells. Like there's a lot of options. It doesn't look like many, but there are. When you go to custom format, that just gives you a whole massive amount of other stuff. So we're not going to do that. We're just going to do green fill. Notice when I clicked that, look what happened behind it. Did you notice what happened behind it? I haven't even clicked OK yet. If that's what we want, what do we click?
OK.
Okay.
Okay. And at this point, I'm just going to click somewhere so people can see this. At this point, you should have, only 5 of those numbers should not have the green fill because those 5 numbers are less than 100. You will notice that. All right, I'm saving again. Saving. Ah, here's a step that I've missed several times in the past. See, I'm owning up to my own mistakes. We are going to apply borders from cells G4, so check it out. Actually, do those already have borders around them, G through J? Yes?
Looks like it.
So do this. Put your pointer on G5 and just select all these cells like this. So what is that? G5 to J16. And I hope you know how to apply borders by now. If you don't, it's in the font group like this. We're still in the Home tab. Font group is over here. We're going to click this drop down right here for borders. I'm just going to do all borders because they want it around all the cells. So all borders works. And there you go. Yay. No, you do not have to do Control Home like they're telling you to do. I'm just going to save it. Are we done with this sheet? Yes, we are done with this sheet. Okay, step 8. So we are done with that sheet. So this is what it's supposed to look like at the end, everybody. I'm going to make it smaller so people online can see like the overall. So that's what it's supposed to end up looking like. All right, on to the expense info sheet. I hope you all downloaded the resources file earlier like I had asked you to do, because we're going to be importing it into this. Here we go. We're going to click on cell A4, which is this one. I'm going to increase this so people can see it. So we're on the expense info sheet tab down here, A4. Now, we're now going to get our data. So to do that, we're going to click the data tab. Back to the data tab. This was a CSV file, a comma delimited file. So we're going to click on from text / CSV. So we're going to click on this button all the way over here on the left in the Get and Transform Data group. You're going to give it a moment. This does take a moment, by the way, everybody, so don't give up on it. Let the little blue circle go. There we go. What folder do we all download things in? Downloads. And here's the file, Clemenson CSV-04. I'm just going to double click it. Now, before you continue, just let it run. Let it run. Be patient with it. It's going to take a moment. Just let it run. It does take a moment. Okay. You should end up getting a screen like this. Now I'm going to see who didn't. Okay, I see some thumbs up and some nodding. Okay, that's great. Okay, I like seeing that. People at home, you know I love seeing that. Okay, all right. Okay, so next, we just did C. We just did D. Now hold on, everybody. Before we continue. Okay, so we're on step F now. So we did everything through step E, we're on step F. Verify the comma is the delimiter, and it is. It says delimiter comma, so we don't have to do anything there. Here's the tricky part, everybody. They want you to click the load arrow and change it to load to. So down here, you see the arrow, way bottom right corner, load to. So we're going to click load to. That didn't sound good. So we clicked load to, and the next instruction says, select existing worksheet. Does it already say existing worksheet on yours? And then cell A4. So notice mine says, there's existing worksheet. So make sure you click on existing worksheet. It defaults to A4. Why does it default to A4?
Because we're on A4.
That's right. That's exactly correct. So yes, we are on A4. If we're done, we click what?
Okay.
Okay. And wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Ta-da! What a beautiful color, right? Cream, what was that, orange creamsicle? Ugh, okay. All right, we do not need the queries and connections pane over here. You can close it. Close this if you see it. Make it go bye-bye. All right. It'll tell you to do that much later, but I just want to get it out of the way now. All right, everybody. So we are now on step 9. Notice that when we imported this, it turned it into a table. You love the column names on these? Column 1, 2, 3, and 4. Don't worry, we're gonna fix this. I promise, we're gonna fix it. So here's what we're gonna do. This is a table, and how do I know this is a table? Well, up here, everybody, check it out. I am in the table design tab. That's how I know that I'm in a table. And there's a table name. And there's these drop-down arrows for filters. So that's how I know I'm there. But what we're gonna do is, first thing we're gonna do is, we're gonna cut and paste. I like cutting and pasting. I don't like dragging and dropping. The labels in row 3 to replace the labels in row 4. So check it out, everybody. All you're gonna do is put your pointer middle of A3, drag over to D3 like this. Control X, cut. Notice that it's getting ready. Click once on A4, Control V to paste. And it should look like that. That's what that step means. So that was step A. Step B, click cell A5. That's Alan. Go ahead and click cell A5 one time. Yes. So I did this. I put my pointer on A3, dragged over to D3, Control X. Control X to cut. Clicked once on A4, Control V to paste. So Control X, Control V. Cool. All right, now we're on A5. Okay, so now we're going to convert this to a range. So to do that, that means we're going to get rid of the table. Table Design tab, Tools group. Notice I'm not in the Table Design tab, so I have to click the Table Design tab. And you'll notice over here in the Tools group on the left side of the ribbon, it says Convert to Range. Please click Convert to Range. Oh no! This will permanently remove the query definition. Click OK. I love the little warnings they give you.
What are we clicking on again?
I just went through the whole step. Now I can't get it back. So it's in the Table Design tab, left side of the ribbon, Convert to Range. Then you'll get the warning. You'll click OK. Oh, did you already do it? Why am I explaining it again? All right, so here we go, everybody. So we clicked OK to remove the query definition. That was step C. Step D. We're going to select cells A4 to D34. Let's do this, everybody. So we're going to just click once on A4. I'm going to scroll down. I'm going to hold down my Shift key and click D34. So we are going to clear the formatting from all of these cells. I'm just showing you what it looks like. So we're going to clear the formatting from A4 to D34. And to do that, notice that it just says clear the formats, but it doesn't tell you really where to click. So it's in the Home tab, the Editing group. So are you in the Home tab already?
Yes.
Okay, so over here. Now, be very careful with this, everybody. They only want you to clear the formats. They don't want you to clear anything else. So see how there's a clear button right here in the Editing group? If I'm going to clear the formats, which one am I picking? Clear formats. Click that. Oh no! Everything converted to stuff. So, here's today's mind-boggling question. What is this? What is this? Today's mind-boggling question. You know you want to know the answer to this, right? You want to know what those numbers represent?
Days?
You're gonna wait. What?
Days?
From what date?
2021?
No.
Is it
It was before all of us were alive.
January?
January 1st, 1900. That's how many days between January 1st, 1900 and whatever this date is. So the good news is we can convert it back to an actual looking date, an actual date that people understand. If I gave this to you, you would have no clue what these dates are.
Nope.
You'd be like, they're not dates. You know what's funny? Somebody handed me a file like this once, and all the dates had those numbers, and I thought to myself, I'm going to convert them to dates and see what happens, and it worked. And I'm like, okay. All right, here we go, everybody. Do you still have all your cells selected? I hope. A4 to D34, you haven't clicked out of there, right? Because we have to change the font size to 11. So up here, I'm just going to click the increase font size button. That'll change it from 10 to 11. Boop. I know, that was rough. Okay. Next step, we're going to center align the labels in row 4 and apply bold formatting. So all we do for this, everybody, put your pointer on A4, drag over to D4. They want us to do what?
Bold.
Bold. Okay.
Center.
Oh, center? Okay, so here's center for review up in the alignment group. And Control B to bold. So centered and bolded. We're actually making really good time. We still have a half hour. We should finish within a half hour easily. Okay. It's all downhill from this point, everybody. So the hard parts are done. You're like, whew, okay. Hey, look, everybody. Step G. Check it out. We get to format the dates in column C with short date format. So all we're going to do, everybody, is I'm going to click once on C5. I'm going to scroll down to the bottom, hold down my shift key and click on C34. So you want to select cell C5 to C34. And the good news, everybody, is to convert it, it's right here in the middle of the ribbon, right here in the number group. So after you select the cells, we're going to change general to short date. Bam! Magic. And all the dates come back. I know, that was rough, right? Now, step H. We already did step I, so this is the last step in step 9, step 9H. Set the column width for columns A through D to 13. So all you're going to do for this, everybody, put your pointer on A, like this, drag over to D, like this, let go. We're setting the column width to 13, right? So over here in the cells group, we're in the cells group. We're going to click Format, Column Width, and what number are we typing in? 13. We're changing it from 10.43 to 13, like this. And then we click OK. And your columns get wider. At least mine did. Okay, moving on. Is there something I missed? There wasn't like a currency formatting or something yet, right? We haven't done that yet?
No.
Oh, it's coming. Oh, it's in step 10. Okay. All right. I'm clicking anywhere, saving it. Save it, save it. All right. So here we go. We're going to click cell A5. Here's A5, Alan. The easiest way to do this, everybody, they want you to sort it by last name in ascending order. Check this out. If you go to your data tab, the fastest way to do this is to click this button that says AZ with an arrow pointing down right here in the sort and filter group. Just click that, sort A to Z. Boop. It's alphabetized now. Now, if you don't do that step and you just skip it, this is for, even if you've already done this, I'm telling people at home, if you skip that step and try to continue with this project, it is going to look ugly. So please make sure you click that button and sort the names. Okay. I was yelling at the people at home, not necessarily you all. Okay, all right, here we go. Next, we're going to click the subtotal button. So what this is going to do, everybody, is it's going to subtotal the data by last name. Check it out. So subtotal, last name. And when we're doing this, we're not going to touch anything else. We're just going to make sure it says last name. We're not going to touch anything else. So here we go. In the data tab, we're already there. On the right side of the screen, you will see subtotal here in the outline. On the right side of the ribbon over here. So click that. It already says last name, but they want us to change this to an average. The only thing we're going to touch here, everybody, is this. We're changing this from sum to average. That's the only thing you're changing. Then click OK. Sum to average, click OK. I see people stare at that dialog box for like an hour. That's all we're doing. That's it. You'll notice now in your data there are averages. And the numbers look real weird, right?
Yes.
Probably should fix that, huh? Probably should fix that. Probably a good idea. All right, so here we go. Here we go, here we go, here we go. So we just did B and C. Now we're on D. Format the values in column D as currency with 0 decimal places. You want to know the fastest way to do this? I know you do. I'm going to click once on D5. I'm going to scroll down to my last number. Hold down my Shift key. Hold down Shift, click D40 down here. Grand average. So you want everything selected all the way down to D40. So again, D5 to D40. Now we're changing it to currency, so we're going to click Home, Home tab. We're going to change General to Currency. How many decimal places?
2.
No. 0. So check it out. So when we click Currency, how many decimal places does it have after you click Currency? 2, right? Check it out. Right underneath that drop down for Currency, there's a button here that says Decrease Decimal. You click it 2 times like this. 1, 2. Look at that. Now you have all the numbers with no decimal places. Save it. All right, check it out. Step E. They want us to collapse the outline to display only the averages. By the way, we're almost finished, everybody. For the averages for each last name. Uh-oh. What happened? I did this. I clicked change this to currency, and then I clicked this button right here to decrease decimal. You click it 2 times, it'll take it down to 0 decimal places. All right. So this is what this last step wants you to do. Check it out. So see how there's a little minus to the left of the number 11 over here? We're going to click that to collapse Allen. Then we're going to click the minus next to Bashir on the left to collapse Bashir. Then we're going to click the minus to the left of row 25 to collapse Gabris's average. Then we're going to click the minus to the left of row 32 to collapse Gomez's average. And then last but not least, we're going to click this minus right here to the left of, we're not going to do 40, we're only going to do 39. And we're going to collapse the McAllister average. So it looks like this. Save it again. All right, here we go, everybody. So you see here?
How did we do the width for that one? I missed that one.
What's that? We click the minuses next to each one.
For the width, for the cell A through D.
Oh, you put your pointer on A, drag over to D, come up here and click Format, Column Width. So select the 4, you just put your pointer on A, drag over to D, and then do your column width over here. That should be 13 for column width. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Good news, everybody. We are at the end of, this is the end of it. Just the pivot table and the pivot chart. No problem. All right. Last part of this, we're going to create a pivot table and we're going to create a pivot chart from the table. Good news is, everybody, we already have all the data that we need. So we're not like doing anything special here. We're just taking the existing data and using it. Here we go. Click on the original Patients and Equip Sheet tab. That's the original one. That's the very first sheet tab right here. So make sure you're on this one. We're going to click cell A5. Wait, are we already on A5?
Yes.
Good, that's great, isn't it? Then we don't have to do that step. Okay. I know you all love it when you don't have to do steps. Now, if I'm going to insert a pivot table, which tab am I clicking?
Insert.
Very good, yes. And we're going to click on Recommended Pivot Tables right here. So if you're going to create a pivot table from scratch, you would click the first one. If you're going to do it with the recommended pivot tables, you can do this one. So let's click that. And it gives us 2 options. And I have good news. It wants us to choose sum of patients, which I think is already selected, right?
The first one.
Yeah, it's the first one. So if we want this one, we click what? Okay. You're like, wow, that was rough. Okay, I'm going to make this bigger so you can all see it. Please zoom in, everybody. Please zoom in, bottom right corner. This is review. Please make it bigger. Okay. Congratulations, you created a pivot table. Next, we're going to rename it, put it in a new sheet. You notice it says sheet 2 down here? We're going to rename it to this. No spaces, pivot table, capital P on pivot, capital T on table. I'm going to double click sheet 2, pivot table, enter. So you double click the sheet name to rename it. It's pivot table, no spaces, capital P, capital T. We're doing great on time today. Okay. I didn't think we'd be done as quick as we're going to get done. You know that we're at the end of this, right? Okay. You don't know that yet, but you will. Okay. That's the end of step 11. Step 12. Select cell A3 if necessary. Ah, yes. So we're going to change. So remember, originally, everybody, when we had this file, only rows A4 to D60 were included, not all the way down to D73. So it was missing those 13 rows of data. So here we go. I'm on A3. Are you on A3? So up here in the data group, you'll notice change data source. Please click the drop down arrow here and change data source. Okay, check it out. What?
Hold on, let me go back, because I missed that.
Oh, I hope I can redo
The
that.
data table.
Hope I can redo that. Hang on. Okay,
Home.
great. Where was I at? Okay. Pivot Table Analyze tab. You should be on A3. You're going to click Change Data Source and change data source.
Yes.
Now, here, everybody, please listen. We're going to click in this blank space over here to the right of everything in there. Please click once over here. We're going to get rid of the number 60 and type the number 73. Like that. So you clicked once over here, you backspaced out the 60 and just typed the 73 over it. And that's all we're doing, so what do we click? Okay. And your numbers will change based on that correction that we just made. Because the last 13 rows were not being included. See how it says here, D73 instead of D60, so that's what we did. On to 13. Click cell B4. B4. Click on the 1619. Yes, we're going to leave that pane open on the right. I'm not closing that yet. Now, it says open the value field settings dialog box. I'll show you how to do that. And it will say click number format. We're going to choose number, 0 decimal places, and 1000 separators. So let's do all 3 of these. So there's B4. Field settings is up here in the active field group. It says field settings right here. Go ahead and click on that. Now we're doing number format. So what button should I click on here? Number format. And then from here, we're going to click on number. That's the second one. And it said 0 decimal places. So I'm going to change 2 to 0. And then I'm going to click the checkbox for, okay, one more time. One more time from the beginning. We're on B4. I'm going to click on the field settings button in the active field group. From this dialog box, I'm going to click on the number format button. Right here. Then I'm going to click on number on the left-hand side as the category. Then I'm going to change decimal places to 0. I'm going to click the checkbox to add a comma for use 1000 separator. So all we're doing, everybody, are the numbers in the B column are going to have a comma added to them. That's all we're doing. That's the only thing we're doing with this step. Let me go back to the instructions. All right, so that was A, B, and C. Step D. Oh, wait. It didn't tell us to click OK, did it?
No.
Should we probably click OK?
Yes.
Yes, let's click OK. So we'll add, okay, now we're back here. Hey, guess what, everybody? I'm clicking OK again. OK one more time. And you should see commas. All right, here we go. Up here at the top, we're going to click Design, the Design tab, all the way over here on the right, like that. And we're going to click, yeah, and then we're going to click the Design tab. Notice it doesn't like tell you really to do that. It just kind of goes from step C straight to step D, like missing those other steps. Did you like that? That's why thousands of people watch this specific video. Okay, because the steps are skipped between C and D. All right, we're now going to click on the More button and choose Dark Gray Pivot Style Dark 9. So here's the More button up here in the pivot table styles. And we're going to come down to the darks, and we're going to count 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Here is Dark Gray Pivot Style Dark 9. Way down here. Yeah, all I did was count across. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go ahead and click that. And now it should look dark gray with some blue in it. Next, we're going to make sure that we display banded rows and banded columns for F and G. Notice up here, it says row headers and column headers. We're just going to click the other two checkboxes. We're going to make them all checked. Banded rows, banded columns up here in the pivot table style options. Make sure all 4 of those are checked. And now you notice that there are lines inside of your pivot table. All right, save it. Save. Okay, last step, I think. Yes, don't worry about step 15, that's easy. All right, we're now going to create the pivot chart from the pivot table. So, let's go back to the Pivot Table Analyze tab. And to create a pivot chart, we're just going to click on this button that says Pivot Chart here in the Tools group. Click on that. Now, which type of chart do they want us to do?
Bar.
Step B, bar clustered bar. So here's bar. Hey, look, it defaults to clustered bar. If that's the one we want, what do we click on? Okay. And you should get this. Now, just a quick disclaimer. This is really going to bother me with the final when we finish this, and what we're not doing to this chart is going to drive me up the absolute wall. That's a total of, like, what? I'd probably be more descriptive with this in real life. So we're going to make a couple changes to this. I'm not going to like it, but we have to do it. So here we go. Publisher, I hope you're watching this. All right, so they want us to position the chart. We've done this before. We dragged it. Upper left corner, A12. Bottom right, J35. So A12. Let's just drag it all the way down here. Well, I'm going to have to make this smaller so I can see what I'm doing. All right, so we dragged that down. Upper left corner is an A12. They want us to go to J35. So you're going to take that bottom right handle like we've done before. Drag over to J. Drag down to 35, like this. We've done this before. So upper left corner, A12, bottom left, bottom right, J35. That was D and E. Now, we've done this before also, everybody. We're going to change the style to style number 7. That's step F. So here we go, everybody. Up here, up top, we're going to click the Design tab. And good news, it's right here. Style 7. So go ahead and click on that. And now we have a nice dark clustered bar chart right there. So that's what it should look like right now. I'm going to make it smaller so people at home can see what what the whole thing looks like. Last step, everybody. This is it. You're going to click once on cell B4. Here's B4, the 1619. You ready for this? You ready for this? They want you to sort the data in descending order. So all you do is this, everybody. Come to the Data tab. Data tab. Descending order is this button, Z to A, right here in largest to smallest. Click that. Check out what happened to your chart. There you go. Save it. We're done. Save it. You're done. You're finished. I'm finished. We're all finished. Back to top. Now I gotta pray I didn't miss one of the steps. Now I gotta pray I didn't miss one of the steps. I have to. I have to. And we're gonna submit this one, everybody, the one with your name on it, not the other one. I know I have to keep saying that.
Oh no, I got some more.
Where's my crossing of the fingers? There it is. Come on, come on, come on. Yes! Baby! Oh, people at home, you were awesome. I know that was a long project. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. Hey, thank you very, very much for the 26,000 YouTube views and counting. I want to thank you all for being here.
We only have one more.
Hope you had a fantastic day. Next week, Excel macros on Thursday. You're really going to love me for that one. All right, everybody. Have a blessed day. I'm going to help the people in the class. We'll catch you on Tuesday for Chapter 9.